I killed Nathan Hale. I had no choice. He was becoming one of them. He could have stopped me, but I think he wanted to die. At least that's what I keep telling myself.
Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, introducing you to Chapter 12 in my Resistance 3 Superhuman difficulty video walkthrough. And this level is entitled Satan, because we will be coming face to face with this village's devil, who is aptly titled Satan. So there you go, nice little bit of knowledge getting dropped. But this level is kind of a boss stage more than anything. You will not be killing any normal enemies, you will be fighting this creature through various stages of this mine, and a lot of it is down to these acetylene tanks that you have to use to kill him with. I tell a lie, I just said there's not going to be any enemies. I think there's one or two Grims that you kill when you go into a room, but those aside, it's pretty much all exclusively trying to kill this creature. And the boss itself, a couple of the encounters it can do damage to you, but it's not enough damage to really warrant being a threat. And there's a couple of sections in this encounter where it will just instantly kill you if it touches you, because you can't get out of its radius. So, I've only died on one area of this fight, and I died on difficult. I didn't die on my Superhuman run, even though I do have a couple of difficulties on this run, which you're going to see later on. And those difficulties are, when you throw the acetylene tanks at the dude, he catches them in his mouth, kind of like Jaws, and then you have to shoot them. And on my first run, I just picked them up and tossed them when Father, whatever his face, told me to. And on this run, he was telling me to do it, and when I did it, the guy wasn't catching them, and it just kind of fucked up a little bit. And I do believe it's because the only time he's actually blind when you've hurt him is when he puts the claws over his eyes. Every other time, regardless of what colour his eyes are, he can still see you, and he does not catch the tank. So, I think that's the problem I have, but you will see me do a pretty poor run at him. But like I say, it's not really a boss fight as much as it's a stage where there's a boss in it. So, just keep using the acetylene tanks to blow shit up and to carry on through the lovely subterranean area. And apparently we can't go in front of him because he'll just glitch through your body like he just did me. But these first few areas, he doesn't turn up until you touch this door. And when you touch this door, you're going to meet him. So, try not to shit your pants. The first time it happens, it's kind of not that obvious, but there's Satan. Everybody say hello to Satan. He looks pretty fierce. And all you have to do is shoot him in his glowing eyes, in his lovely yellow eyes. And when his eyes turn red, that means that he's injured. But that's just the introduction, so you don't really have to do much to him. Just shoot him, pick up your ammo, and then continue onwards through this mine. So, it's going to be in a couple of different stages. There's going to be a lot of areas where you have to run away. And I'm not the biggest fan of running away. It does make it feel a little bit more climatic than it is, but it can be a little bit frustrating. And this section here, you have to lift this block up for the priest, because he can't get over it himself apparently, even though it's only, what, 6 feet high, and there is a little embankment to the side of it. And a little note as well, if you do it too quickly, if you rush ahead and you move that and you carry on, he will get stuck in his scripting area, and he'll never move on unless you go back and you lift it. So just be aware of that. It's kind of bullshitty. But there is a checkpoint just in case you've been struggling up to this point. And when you go onto this bridge, you're going to get another introduction to him. So there he is with his tentacle things. Kind of like Tremors, if you ever saw that movie. Great movie. And now you have to run away, so just push your analog in, get yourself off as quickly as possible. The only problem with this game that I've found is when it starts you on those moments where you have to run, your guy takes a couple seconds to pull his gun up, so you can't run away immediately. Luckily enough, you're never in any kind of danger, so Satan will never like grab you and face rape you. That's something that he saves for much later, when he's bought you a few drinks and, you know, took you out for a nice meal. But keep running down this area. You'll notice it's gone very quiet because he's now in front of you. There's the checkpoint, there's a bunch of Grims. Completely ignore them, open this door, and you will be into the next section of this area. So this is a lovely respite area. You can pick up some life, you can pick up some ammunition for your gun, and then Father, I can't remember his name because I did the last commentary yesterday, and my short-term memory is as useful as a fucking glass hammer. But Satan turns up again, and now we get to shoot him a little bit more, so keep shooting him in the eyes, and be careful of his claws, because they will Tremor style hit you. So there goes Father again, knocked up against the wall. Now we get to fight him, and you'll notice I'm throwing the acetylene tanks at him really prematurely, because I just assumed that's what you had to do. The first time I played, that's what happened, and it worked to charm. But on this one, he wasn't blind, so I'm throwing them, I'm shooting them. They are doing damage to him, and probably saving me some bullets, but you can just shoot him until he covers his eyes, and then you can throw the acetylene tank and get on to the next stage of the fight. But you'll notice he's still smashing things, he's still trying to attack me, which means he can very much see, and for whatever reason, I must have been having a really slow day because I didn't cotton on to the fact he could see me. So, like a stubborn bastard, I just keep running back across and throwing the things at him. But now he's covered his eyes, that is when you can do damage to him. When the armor things go over his eyes. And once you do enough damage, he will run away, but there we go, he's gone. So yeah, that can be done much quicker if you just keep shooting him and then you throw the acetylene tank later on. But I decided to keep tossing them because I'm a badass like that. And once the father's pretty much said he's no use anymore, you have to leave. That's it, Father Jonathan, goodness me. But now that Jonathan's down on his ass, he's beaten and wounded and what have you, you now have to take it on mano a mano, Rambo style, on your own. And I was looking around this area because I thought there might have been some intels or some journals or something like that, but I don't think there is. So you can just carry on to the right of me here, go down the little tunnel into the water, and you're going to have to fight 3 Grims. So there's 3 more enemies than I told you there would be, but 3 Grims compared to the level we've just beaten is hardly going to make you sweat because, I mean, 3 of them is a piece of cake. But there you go, shooting them in the face. And just keep pushing forward, and we're going to be running away from Satan again. While we're pushing through here, I've got one reply to Dead Island as far as what people want me to do, and the guy wants me to do a live playthrough of it, so it's definitely something that I could do. Something that I might be interested in doing. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it with other people, it's all dependent, but I've just got to the jungle on the game, and everybody's got a gun, which is kind of bullshitty, but you kind of knew it was going that way. Anyhow, when you drop down into here, this is when Satan's going to turn up, and he can kill you here really quickly because he just runs down this area and hits you. But if you go into this little cavern, he will run past you, and then from now on, as soon as he's gone, just bomb it up here, go into this canyon to the right, through here, and then directly across from yourself, run to the right. So keep coming this way, and then go into this little hole. Once you've done that, you're pretty much onto the last section of this area. You can just keep running, and then as soon as you hit this bottom of this staircase, run up the stairs. And I don't think Satan can even really reach you if you do it that way. If you fuck about and you take your time, he will, and he kills you very quickly because it's like a scripted death. He just runs past you and there's no what you can do. But when you get to here, you will sit in the back of the minecart, and I was wondering what was going on here. I'm like, dude, there is a monster coming for you. There is a monster coming. There's a monster coming! And it's all scripted. It's supposed to be that. It's supposed to give you a little bit of tension, and then the minecart starts to move. And in all honesty, I don't really know if you have to shoot this guy at this moment in time because you don't seem to be in any kind of danger of him attacking you or of him killing you, and it could be a waste of ammo, but the luxury of the bullseye is you find so much of it because every single chimera pretty much uses it that I would say try and build up its affinity, try and build up its proficiency, should I say. But I honestly don't know if these bosses do build towards those levels of the gun, because sometimes you seem to shoot stuff a hell of a lot and get nothing towards your progress bar. But you'll notice now I'm not even shooting because I don't know if I'm supposed to, or if I can get away without shooting, so I would definitely say try and not shoot, save your ammo if you want to. It's probably not going to affect you. But this is a little bit more excited if you do start shooting him. You notice I pull the sniper rifle out and I try and get Saving Private Ryan on his ass, but it doesn't quite work, so. This is effectively the final encounter, and these boxes will work as cover for you when he attacks with his tentacles, but the thing to bear in mind is he will destroy the boxes and it will destroy your cover, so don't dwell too long or you will take damage. That right now is when he's blind. I didn't realise because obviously I was still in this retard mindset, so I should be going for the acetylene tanks. There you go. And I didn't pick it up like a douchebag and throw it into his mouth. Come on dude, throw it into his mouth. I don't know if that worked or if I just got jizzed on because he full on gave me a facial, but just keep on shooting him. I think now this means that he's moving into the room and you're supposed to move towards the elevator, because what will happen is the elevator opens behind you and this room starts to cave in, as this is what's happening right now. That means you're supposed to go over here, and this is the final section of the fight. This is the money shot. So shoot him a little bit in the eyes. As soon as he covers his eyes, use the acetylene tank to your left, throw it in his mouth, and enjoy this lovely homage to Tremors, because this looks amazing. Watch this stuff. Oh my goodness. You got no face, homie! And then I ran in and punched him in the jaw, just for good times measures. And that is the end of Satan. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that helped, and you take care now.